if you are a male politician in Canada, be careful going on a debate with female politicians in this country. This is the experience of Doug Ford. Take a look.
Everyone working together
Houses
to solve the
should be
housing
about
crisis.
families, not speculators, not
Doug Ford,
developers.
we'll give you
That's what
20
families
seconds
need.
to wrap up. Doug Ford.
You know, we put the Building Faster Fund that Mississauga didn't meet, but everyone else met around the area.
You always have an
We put
excuse, though.
$3 billion towards infrastructure to build 160,000 more homes.
Where are they, Doug?
They
Where are
voted
they?
against it. All three
Where are
parties
they?
voted against it.
Where are
You
they?
know,
We've got a majority
We're
government,
making
but
sure we
where's the
cut
housing,
red
Doug?
tape and regulations.
1.5
All three
million
parties
homes. You didn't get it
voted
done.
Against it. And honestly, with all due respect, Bonnie, you should be the last one speaking about building homes. You had the lowest builds in all
I
of
am
Ontario.
so proud of
You
my
know?
city and my
Oh
record.
my
Doug
goodness.
Ford, I'll
Stop.
take my
I'll
record
tell you,
over yours any day.
Mississauga is not proud
Your
of you.
record
I'll
is a
tell you that
disaster.
You know
right
what? Look at this.
Stop,
Look at
please.
this.
Thank you.
It's outrageous, these two fighting over, who's built the least housing in Ontario at a time when we have a housing and homelessness crisis in
We
the
need a
province.
wartime effort.
We are going to move on to the next topic. Thank you.
Against that. They say one thing on the debate, when they're in Queen's Park, they say something else. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They flip back and forth. So we're going to continue reducing the burden. We're going to stick up for the forestry industry. And the Liberals abandoned the forestry sector. I'll never forget what they said. Northern Ontario is a no man's land. Do you still agree, Bonnie, that it's a no man's land? I'm sure you do, because that's what they believe in, and they vote against everything when it comes to the forestry sector.
You've never made an effort to understand the industry. But that's, the story of Doug Ford in Northern Ontario, right? You've let Northern Ontario down every time in favor of your insider friends, of big developers down south, right? People in other sectors see it too, because you changed the rules on the Ontario Line contract so that those jobs didn't go to Thunder Bay, right? They went down to the south, to the United States, under your government. 7 years you have let Ontario Northern jobs down, and you keep doing it, and you've never tried to understand this sector.
We'll let Bonnie Crombie just speak for a quick
Yeah,
moment.
I haven't had this opportunity after you. I'm going to invite you canoeing and kayaking so you too can explore the beautiful North, Premier. It's beautiful up here. You're claiming you've created 3,500 jobs. Does anyone have one of those 3,500 jobs? Because I don't think they exist. You tell a great tale, Premier, but the reality is you don't do what you say, and it didn't get done. You can't get it done. You've been saying the same thing for 7 years. You put over $10 billion, with a B, dollars into the EV industry. How much money has gone into the North? How much money has gone into northern roads, into northern sectors, northern communities? You're also planning on spending $150 billion on a fantasy tunnel under the 401 and a 403. Where's the money for the roads in the North? Where's the money for the jobs? What did you do to diversify the trading sectors here? Did you break down interprovincial trade barriers so our goods, our lumber, our pulp, our biomass, whatever it might be, structural panels, can move easily, seamlessly across provincial borders?
You know what, just
No,
start with
you didn't
actually
get it
saving
done.
the jobs that we're losing right now.
You didn't get
Stop
it
that.
done.
Let's hear from
go
Doug
to
Ford
Terrace.
on those issues. Go ahead.
7 years to
Let's-
get it
let's go
done,
to
Doug.
Terrace
7
thing.
years.
Let's hear from Doug Ford.
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. I find it so ironic standing up here. Bonnie Crombie
There you go.
might have went up north in the last 7 years, maybe 2 times. I've been up hundreds of times into factories, into forestry sectors, and we had an event from the forestry sector. I didn't see any of them. There's a reason why they support the PC government, because we've invested over $400 million, creating over 3,500 jobs. We've created the conditions in the environment for the forestry
Talk to
sector
the steelworkers in
thrive
Terrace
and
Bay,
prosper and
Doug.
grow.
Talk to the steelworkers
But
in
everything we
Terrace
do
Bay.
for
10
the
billion
forestry
for
sector,
batteries.
All right.
all 3 parties vote against us.
Right.
Everyone's spoken on this issue. We're going to move to the next question.
Injection sites near schools and daycares. I know no one wants a drug addiction site beside a school or a daycare. But my 3 folks here on the stage, they voted against that. They believe we should have safe injection sites
No, we didn't.
right beside the schools. Actually, you did.
No, we didn't.
Instead, we're investing $530 million in 27 new We call them heart hubs. That will get people into detox, get them shelter, give them an opportunity to find employment. You know, folks, I understand when it comes to drug addiction, alcohol addiction. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. People need support. These hubs are connecting people with employment and support services. We're also giving municipalities new tools to dismantle encampments. And I'll tell you mentioned a couple mayors there. It was great to see Mayor Morgan leading the way when he was down in Washington with me, with Mayor Barry from Kitchener. And I got a call from Mayor Ellis in Belleville thanking me over and over again for